Well, not a good week to be a Tigers fan. Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel, and welcome to my brand new series of videos. Yes, in case you missed last week's video on my channel, I have come up with a brand new schedule of videos that will hopefully keep you all entertained and keep the conversation going. Now, the first week of each month is going to be dedicated to movies and TV, so I thought what better way to kick that off than to show you my updated movie library. It has been a while since I've done one of these, probably since 2015 to be honest, and it's grown quite a bit to the point that they need their own shelf. So I'm a nerd. I'm so excited to show you what I loved in my library, and you can comment down below if there's any movies that you think that I should watch or add, or movies that you don't think I should have. Yeah, we'll go with that. Here is my, this is probably going to be way too long even though I'm going to try to keep it short, updated movie collection. Akilah and the Bee. Fantastic drama, breakout performance from Keke Palmer, Lawrence Fishburne and Angela Bassett are excellent in it as well. Great if you love spelling bees. I also recommend the documentary Spellbound, so these two pair perfectly together. All 4 American Girl historical character movies. We have Kit Kittredge and American Girl, the only theatrical release, Molly and American Girl on the home front, Felicity and American Girl Adventures starring little Shailene Woodley, and Samantha and American Girl Holiday starring Anna Sophia Robb. I love all these movies because they're such great tales of girls growing up in historical periods, girls that they celebrate female friendship quite a bit. It's a mostly female production team as well, female directors, female producers, one of whom is Julia Roberts. Bridge to Terabithia. Liked the book, didn't really like the movie the first time I saw it, and then I came around to it again. Made me cry again. Anna Sophia Robb, great actress. And Josh Hutcherson, pre-Hunger Games. Personally, I think Chicken Run is the best film that Aardman has ever made, although Arthur Christmas is pretty up there. Stars Mel Gibson. I can forgive them that. But it's a really well-animated, well-told story, and I don't know what else to say about this, except I'm so glad that DreamWorks partnered with these guys to release it in America. My favorite version of Cinderella so far, starring Brandy and Whitney Houston, it is the Rodgers and Hammerstein musical that originally starred Julie Andrews. I like this one just a teeny bit better though, just because I love Whitney, and the songs are great. They added some new ones that are also great, and it's such a racially diverse cast. Watch it. This is an interesting one because I'm not usually a fan of R-rated movies, but I thought that the humor in Deadpool was so well written. I didn't mind the crudeness as much. I think Ryan Reynolds gave a great performance. The whole cast is excellent. First of many childhood guilty pleasure movies, I do have Ella Enchanted. This is Anne Hathaway post Princess Diaries, but pre Brokeback Mountain, I think. But it's a really fun fairy tale. It's almost nothing like the original book, but it stands really well on its own. It's a messed up fairy tale, I guess is what I would call it. I know a lot of people think Aladdin is the funniest Disney movie ever made. I think Emperor's New Groove is actually. I think it's just a lot of the humor in Aladdin derives from Robin Williams. This is an all-around funny movie. Everyone is hilarious in it. It's so underappreciated. I can't believe it didn't make bank at the box office. I saw this in theaters when I was 5. This is, oh God, it's amazing. A lot of people know Amy Adams as this amazing actress who really needs to win an Oscar after being nominated 5 times. I remember her as Giselle in Enchanted. Enchanted 2 is happening apparently. Maybe? Please? I would not be a How to Train Your Dragon fan if I did not have the holiday special Gift of the Night Fury. Now, unlike the TV series or a couple of the other shorts, this actually has the same animation quality as the feature films. It's a really heartwarming story. It's so much fun to watch around Christmas time. I always watch it every single year, and I'm so glad I own it. I love Hairspray. It's really relevant nowadays. It tackles the issue of civil rights and racism, which is especially relevant today, but it does so in such a fun and upbeat, I guess, way for the most part. I promised you that my family has the 8 movie collection, but I do have Chamber of Secrets on its own. A lot of people hate on Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. I don't think it's that bad. Personally, Half-Blood Prince is my least favorite Potter movie, but there is a little bit to be desired in this one. Still enjoyable though. Alright. Come on. I'm a musical fan. I'm a Disney Channel fan. These are both really good. First one has the slight edge for me, but they're both great. didn't even bother with senior year. Holes, one of the best book-to-movie adaptations of a book. Louis C.K. did write the screenplay for this, so that makes a lot of sense. Great performances all around, especially from Shia LaBeouf, who I believe was just coming off his Even Stevens days. And Sigourney Weaver is great, Jon Voight is great, everyone in this movie is great. I do love my rom-coms, and I have to say The Holiday is one of my favorites. The two women switch houses and go between Los Angeles and England. I love all the performances in this movie. I think Jack Black is probably the best one just because it's so different from anything else he's ever done. But the direction is very sweet, the production design is great, and I'm always supportive of female directors, so you go, Nancy Meyers. Probably the most underrated film of the Disney Renaissance. I love The Hunchback of Notre Dame so much. I think it veers into darker territory than almost any other Disney animated feature film, including Black Cauldron, I would say. I think the performances are absolutely great, voice acting is phenomenal, the production design is just absolutely beautiful, the songs are so haunting. I love this movie so much, I wish it got more love. Back to Nancy Meyers again for The Intern. I think this is one of the best friendship movies. It's not necessarily a rom-com, but I just love the friendship that develops between Anne Hathaway's character and Robert De Niro's character. I think it's just very sweet. It's a very good portrayal of a woman trying to balance being in a powerful position as well as having a family. The most critically underrated animated film ever released, ever. I love The Iron Giant so much. I'm so happy I was able to get my hands on the signature edition. This is by far Brad Bird's best movie he ever made, including The Incredibles, by the way. This is the first feature film he ever directed. There is a documentary on the signature edition about how they made the movie, which is absolutely fascinating. So if you can get your hands on the signature edition of The Iron Giant, do it. The first rom-com I ever was allowed to watch, and the first movie I ever saw with Hugh Jackman in it. I legit thought he was a British Duke, and he's not, but still a very sweet story, time travel love story. Come on, I love it so much. The King's Speech. Great performances all around, great direction, fantastic masterclass in cinematography in this movie, and of course Colin Firth won a well-deserved Oscar for his role as King George. I would pair this nicely with The Crown. Kubo should have won the 2016 Oscar for Best Animated Feature. Disney. Seriously though, the animation in this is just beautiful, voice casting performances is absolutely fantastic. I think a criminally underrated success, yet another one from Laika. They are 4 for 4 for Academy Award nominations and have not won a single one. I thought this would be the one to do it, but it didn't. A League of Their Own. I am a baseball fan, as you can tell. I love female empowering stories. I love Gina Davis. I like Tom Hanks. This is a very fantastic movie, very smartly written as well. I'm kind of kicking myself for not watching Lilo and Stitch sooner because I am such a fan of Dean DeBlois and Chris Sanders' work, but it is probably one of the most underrated Disney films ever. I keep saying that about like all the late 90s, early 2000s, but they are. This is probably the best one to come out of there. But yeah, great performances, beautiful animation, and I'm so glad that Dean and Chris got to do more work. The best movie that Disney has ever made. Hands down, yes. I can't explain to you how much I love Mary Poppins and Julie Andrews. Yeah, I can't. The best teen comedies of both the 90s and the 2000s. I love Mean Girls and Clueless so much. They're very smartly written, probably because they're written by women, just saying. Another double feature starring my queen Emma Thompson and written by her as well, both of them. Nanny McPhee and Nanny McPhee Returns. Both very fun children's films with great performances, especially from the kids. If we're going to talk about influential films in my life, we have to talk about all 3 Narnia films. 1, 4-disc edition of the first movie, 3-disc edition of Prince Caspian, and I had to complete the trilogy, soon to be a quadrilogy, but I had to complete it with this terrible movie. But yeah, all 3 films, sort of influential for me, definitely the first 2. They made me want to make movies. Night at the Museum is a great family comedy, really underappreciated. I was surprised its Rotten Tomatoes score was so low, but it's enjoyable and great performances throughout. I have the Up All Night Live tour, don't judge me. The only Pirates of the Caribbean movie that matters. Should've just left it alone. Didn't even have to subtitle it. Prince of Egypt I think is Very, very underrated DreamWorks animated film. Well, I guess it did win an Oscar, but a lot forgotten about in the DreamWorks canon because they're so CGI focused now, but I think this is one of the best movies they ever made. Princess Diaries and Princess Diaries 2 Royal Engagement, I think two of my favorite rom-coms ever. Teen comedy, romantic comedy. Both of them are great. Anne Hathaway and Julie Andrews have perfect chemistry in these movies. I love Emma Thompson so much. And you all know how much I love Mary Poppins, so I don't think there's anything that needs to be said about Saving Mr. Banks. Shrek 1 and 2, aka the only two Shrek movies that matter. Up, which I think is the best Pixar movie ever made. I know a lot of you are going to say Toy Story 3, but this makes you cry in the first 5 minutes. Now we are into my Blu-rays. So again, not a huge fan of R-rated movies, but smart writing, great comedy, great chemistry across the board. I love Atlantis. I'm a little less enthused about the sequel, Milo's Return, but I'm really glad I have both of them on Blu-ray now just to kind of complete my collection. So this has a special place in my heart because A, I love it so much, and B, I was actually in the musical in middle school, and I got to be Mrs. Potts, and I got to sing the title song. I have mixed feelings about Big Hero 6 because it beat How to Train Your Dragon 2 at the Oscars that year. It's a very good movie. I just don't think it was the best of 2014. I love the book. I love the adaptation. I thought they did a good job. Good cry fest. Good if you need to cry. Peter Pan has always been one of my favorite tales, and I'm so happy to see so many interpretations of it coming up. Except Pan. But I love Finding Neverland because it explores J.M. Barrie's backstory for writing the play, and both Johnny Depp and Kate Winslet give great performances in this. Don't judge me, I bought it when I was all caught up in the hype. Favorite Potter movie is Deathly Hallows Part 2. So much emotion, saw it opening day. Oh man. Great performances all around. I'm so happy that Octavia Spencer and Emma Stone and Viola Davis all have Oscars now. Very underrated Blue Sky movie, I think. Horton Hears a Who. Great score, great animation, stays true to the source material, I think, both in look and in style. I'm a nerd. I have 2 copies of How to Train Your Dragon, and I have How to Train Your Dragon 2. This one was a birthday gift. This was a direct from DreamWorks. I won a contest, and this I pre-ordered like 2 months in advance. I love these movies. These are my favorite movies of all time. Yes, I watched Race to the Edge. Yes, I'm 22. Don't judge me. Hugo, I thought should have won Best Picture in 2011. Great performances across the board. I think Martin Scorsese did a great job with his first family movie. Kung Fu Panda is another one of my favorite DreamWorks movies. I would like to get Kung Fu Panda 2 in my collection. I think this trilogy as a whole is very solid. I love La La Land. I know people hate on it because it won Best Picture and then it didn't, but I love La La Land, love the music, love the performances, love the whole style. Again, another masterclass in cinematography. Again, I like baseball. I'm fascinated by the behind the scenes of it. So I do have Moneyball. Great performances all around. Great script. Not Aaron Sorkin's best, but great movie all around. The best comedy film ever made is Monty Python and the Holy Grail. Funny all around. Oh, gosh, I just love this. Another guilty pleasure of mine, I actually like National Treasure 2 better than the first one. I don't know. Maybe it's because it has Helen Mirren in it. Yeah, that's it. Alright, I'm a One Direction fangirl. I have both This Is Us, the extended fan edition, and I have the Where We Are World Tour, which I did get to go to in Detroit. So one of them is just pure joy for me. The other one is getting to relive some concert memories. I have the Peanuts movie, which is another Blue Sky fave. I wish they would make more movies like these and not Ice Age sequels, but this is a great movie all around. It's very heartwarming, touching, and stays true to the original source material. I love Pitch Perfect. Not a huge fan of Pitch Perfect 2, but I think that the female friendship is also portrayed very well in this movie. And great arrangements, great music, everyone sings really good, so good job. Princess and the Frog, I think, is the most underrated movie of the revival era. I wish more people would pay attention to this. I wish Disney would do more hand-drawn animated movies. But that being said, fantastic animation, fantastic songs, great voice acting, performances all around, and go see this. I love this so much. Second best comedy ever made. Princess Bride, wonderful, great love story, great performances from everyone, but especially from Robin Wright and Carrie Elwes. Like I said, I love Peter Pan, and this is the childhood guilty pleasure. I like Return to Neverland, not a very great movie, great protagonist in Jane, should have given her a better plot line. I love Rise of the Guardians. I think it's probably DreamWorks' most underrated movie as of late. I wish they could make more like this and How to Train Your Dragon, but who knows? We're getting Trolls 2 and Boss Baby 2. Please let How to Train Your Dragon 3 be good. Speaking of Jay Baruchel, do have The Sorcerer's Apprentice. This is the first movie I actually owned on Blu-ray, by the way. It's not perfect, but I think that the way that they explain magic is very fascinating in this movie, and Nick Cage gets to be Nick Cage, so there's that. Finally, the best movie of the Disney Revival era. That's right, it isn't Frozen, it's miles better than Frozen. It is Tangled. I love Tangled. It's a fantastic update to the Rapunzel story. Mandy Moore and Zachary Levi give great performances and have great singing voices, both of them. And the humor is great, the animation is stunning, character design is amazing. Gosh, why don't more people watch Tangled? Come on, it's way better than Frozen. That is my updated movie collection, and I do have plenty more on VHS from when I was a child, but I don't have a VCR right now, so I can't watch any of them. In any case, if you like what you've seen here and you want to see more, you can subscribe to my channel to see more. You can also subscribe to my second channel for vlogs. Next week we'll be talking music and musical theater, which is going to be amazing, and I'm so excited to talk to you guys about next week's topic. As always, you can continue the conversation by commenting below or by following me on Twitter, Instagram, Tumblr, and Spotify. I'd love to have a conversation with you guys. What are your favorite, least favorite movies? Let me know. As always, remember to keep living awesome lives, and I will see you all very soon. Bye.